right now we're seeing a dynamic storm system take place, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings entering areas of Missouri, and also a level 4 risk for areas of Mississippi as supercells will be possible for your nighttime hours in the state just to the west of us. But eventually that threat increases to a rare level 5 out of 5 risk for central Alabama, and now all of our Wiregrass counties are under a level 4 out of 5 risk. We have the possibility to see over possibly hurricane force wind gusts and maybe long track destructive tornadoes. I have all the details of what you need to know as WDHN News at 6 starts right now.
Alabama under a state of emergency, bracing for incoming storms, bringing with them the chance of tornadoes. How the Wiregrass is preparing for the worst, coming up.
A Wiregrass community feeling extra anxiety for tomorrow's wave of severe weather. The town trying to recover from a deadly tornado that hit last year. How they are preparing for another potential twister coming up.
And while many are trying to get away from the incoming storm, 2 celebrities will be running toward it. The star duo coming to Alabama, coming up.
Tonight, a local teen gaining momentum on his American Idol journey, how he's preparing for the next level of competition coming up.
Live for the Wiregrass, this is WDHN News at 6.
A state of emergency in Alabama, people all over bracing for an incoming storm with the potential for strong tornadoes, possibly the worst storm we've seen this year so far.
That same system about to hit the Wiregrass. Here's a live look now at the conditions at the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Things are calm now, but tomorrow we could be seeing dangerous and violent weather. Good evening, I'm Michael Rinker.
And I'm Jessica Gauthier. The Wiregrass under a level 4 risk for severe weather. Tomorrow we could see winds up to 80 miles per hour, hail the size of limes, and a strong chance for long track tornadoes.
And this is all part of what could be a multi-state weather threat. WDHN Chief Meteorologist Jordan Ambrose is in the First Alert Storm Center tracking the latest on the incoming storm. Jordan.
Yes, this is a part of a multi-day severe weather event that is actually occurring as we speak right now. A large, dynamic, powerful storm system is ongoing across the country, and this is what's happening. A large area of low pressure actually near Omaha, Nebraska, but what's happening is we're seeing a surge of Gulf of Mexico, Gulf moisture into areas of central areas of the United States, and then this is why we're under that level 4 risk of severe weather. As this continues to move to the east, we're going to see severe thunderstorm warnings and even possible tornado warnings in areas like Mississippi and even Alabama, western portions of the state under that level 3 risk of severe weather. Now, here's a closer look for our threat tomorrow, because the threat only increases as it looks like we have a more powerful setup for areas between Jackson, Mississippi and Birmingham, and including areas like Tuscaloosa and Meridian, where they're under a rare level 5 out of 5 risk of severe weather. And all of our Wiregrass counties currently under a level 4 out of 5 risk, and that extends even just to the west of Atlanta. So the possibility of damaging winds, also strong and potentially violent tornadoes across areas of the Wiregrass and much of the state will be possible. And this is why they issued that state of emergency. So here's how things are going to shape out. Again, supercells possible tonight across Mississippi and Alabama, but once we get towards your Saturday afternoon, already multiple supercells ongoing across much of the state of Mississippi and entering Alabama, possibly even near areas of Birmingham, and this will continue for hours. Even around 7 p.m. you see this line of storms continue to move, but the issue is they are semi-discrete, which means they kind of stand alone and they rotate, and as they continue to rotate, it will make its way across the Wiregrass, and this is where our threat begins to increase. It looks like the most likely time frame is between 12 and 6 a.m. I think it will enter our region close to midnight, give or take a few hours, and then around 2 a.m. it will be right through our region. Very concerning signatures on the radar as we see multiple cells that look like they're rotating across all of our counties. Should be out of our way as we get closer to daybreak. Then we'll see a large cool down. Now, we'll show you one more scenario that is possible that could happen across the Wiregrass as well. Again, don't get caught off guard, because you're going to wake up Saturday, it's going to be nice and sunny, but after that we do have the possibility of those cells making its way across the region, and then it'll make its way possibly maybe as early as 11 according to this model, and last all the way to around 3 to 4 a.m. Now, after that, we do have an extreme risk of seeing destructive wind gusts between 70 to 80 miles per hour, a high confidence that we could see several long track tornadoes, maybe even EF2 or stronger, a high chance of seeing extremely large hail, which is the size of limes or even bigger, and localized flooding could be an issue as well. If you are in a mobile home, I highly advise that you stay at least overnight for your Saturday going into your Sunday with somebody who has a strong foundation and a foundation that's laid down. I want you guys to stay safe, stay weather aware, and we're going to be here all day tomorrow to keep you guys safe. Back to you guys.
And Jordan, emergency officials are sounding the alarm. They're calling for people to prepare ahead of time for this system.
Whether that means finding a safe place to stay or having multiple ways to stay weather aware. WDHN's Aaron Dixon joins us live now from Houston County with the latest. Aaron?
Michael and Jessica, officials tell me tonight that one of the biggest things they are asking of people is to make sure they have a safe place to go, especially if they live in a mobile home or manufactured home, because if they live in one of those, they may be putting their life in harm's way.
Emergency crews across the Wiregrass warning people to make sure they have a safe place to stay tomorrow night and to have a way to receive weather alerts.
Be prepared, know what to do, communicate with other people, and if you need a place to go, get there.
Severe weather entering the Wiregrass, bringing with it a serious threat of high winds and multiple tornadoes, creating concern for people across the area, but especially those residents who live in mobile homes or manufactured homes.
We encourage people to stay out of mobile homes for this particular system. That's not a safe place to be.
According to the National Weather Service, if you live in a mobile home or manufactured home, it makes you 15 to 20 times more likely to be killed.
If you're in an RV, you're in a mobile home, you're in a manufactured home, your life is 100% at risk. Really a worst case scenario for our area and across the state.
If you do live in one of those homes, make sure you have real-time weather updates and have a plan, because you may not have hours to act, you may just have minutes.
Don't try to move around when it gets too close to the system coming in. You know, the time to plan and prepare is now, and by tomorrow afternoon, be Saturday afternoon, you need to be ready to go.
As far as receiving weather alerts go, they ask that you have multiple ways and not just rely on one source like an outdoor weather siren.
Sirens are really an outdated technology, and they're really considered an outdoor warning system, and your phone is considered an indoor warning system. So we want to make sure people have activated that phone and maximize the capability of what that phone can do.
Other sources include a weather radio and watching your local news to receive active updates. And as far as the county EMAs go, they're making sure first responders and others in the county are ready to inform the public while also responding when the need arises.
Obviously, we're concerned about everyone's safety. We want people to be safe and weather aware.
Now, Powell and the other EMA directors will meet again with the National Weather Service tomorrow morning for one last time, and then they will be on their own to make sure their staff and the rest of the county is ready for the threat ahead. We're in Houston County tonight. Aaron Dixon, WDHN News for the Wiregrass.
Now, 2 safe havens will be open in Dothan tomorrow. The Westgate Church of Christ is offering a space for people who live in unstable or mobile homes. They're located at 619 Westgate Parkway. Their doors will open at 7 p.m. tomorrow. They will provide cots, but they will not have meals. And the First Baptist Church is opening their doors as well tomorrow night. You can find them at 300 West Main Street. They ask that you bring supplies that you might need to sleep, like a pillow or a blanket. You can learn more about these shelters on WDHN.com.
And with the governor declaring a state of emergency, the Alabama Emergency Management Agency says it'll be able to work more effectively. It says that because of the declaration, the agency can work with other agencies in the state, from local law enforcement to health departments. But the agency still insists that people prepare on their own to better the chance of getting through this storm unscathed and to make sure you stay connected.
Stay informed, know what's happening in your local area, know that you have a clear way to communicate with people you're responsible for. Know that you need multiple ways to get alerts and have some situational awareness.
The state of emergency went into effect this afternoon and will stay in effect until the Governor Ivey terminates it. And with this proclamation, the governor has also directed the state's National Guard to be prepared for action.
And while many are leaving the area to avoid the storm, 2 popular storm chasers will be in central Alabama this weekend. Storm chaser Heath Lawler said he and his crew will be on the ground there Saturday, feeding information to weather services when the anticipated storm hits. And from the Lone Star State, Tyler Robertson is on his way to Birmingham to be the National Weather Service's eyes and ears on the ground.
Public awareness and safety. That is the main goal and main mission, is to get out, get eyes on things that meteorologists can't see visually.
We're able to be on live while the storms are occurring, giving ground truth. And the reason why that is so essential is because, a radar is not constantly looking at a storm or a set of storms.
And while DeBlock and his crew will be there on the scene, he does not recommend storm chasing for people without training. However, storm spotters are helpful in recording information as long as they're doing it from a safe place.
Tonight, one Wiregrass community dealing with severe weather anxiety is using it to be better prepared for another storm.
The town of Cottonwood was hit by a deadly tornado last year. It destroyed several homes, businesses, that were beyond repair, and they shut them down for good, and it also killed a woman in a mobile home. They're now taking that experience and they're using it to prepare for whatever this weekend will throw at them.
WDHN's Christian Jones is in Cottonwood with the latest.
With the town of Cottonwood still dealing with the effects of a deadly tornado that swept through the area, one resident is saying she is using last year's experience to help her better prepare for the latest round of severe weather. The Wiregrass is under a severe weather threat heading into the weekend, and for Cottonwood resident Janet McCardle, this latest round of severe weather has her anxious that her community could experience another major weather event.
And when you open your front door, the whole inside was sucked out of that house over there and the trees were gone.
In January 2024, an EF2 tornado ripped through the small Wiregrass town, nearly destroying the downtown area and leaving one woman dead. Since then, the town and all of its residents have continued its long road to recovery, attempting to rebuild what was lost, which included multiple homes, the senior center, and the fire department. After experiencing such devastation firsthand, McCardle says she is now taking preparations more seriously.
I have an interior hallway in my home, and that's where I'm fixing a place for me and my mother. She lives with me now, and we will have a chair, helmets, blankets in there in the hallway, along with our NOAA weather radio and some flashlights if we need a place to go.
McCardle says that she was one of the lucky few that didn't have an extreme amount of damage done to her home, with just a few trees ripped from the ground. But after seeing what last year's tornado did to her community, she says she will always strive to be ready for the worst if the time comes.
Take it more seriously now. You just can't not be too careful, but it is something once you live through it, yes, you're going to take it seriously every time it comes around again.
Now, according to McCardle, her son lives in a trailer, but he is moving his entire family into a nearby relative's home as they wait out the storm. And she advises anyone with a similar living situation to do the same. In Cottonwood, Christian Jones, WDHN News for the Wiregrass.
And here's another live look at the Ross Clark Circle. Stay with WDHN News. We'll have our first alert storm team here 24/7 tracking this oncoming threat and providing you with the latest updates on air, online at WDHN.com, and on our WDHN app.